Hi guys, it's Hype.B. Don't forget to get your hands on exclusive design, stunning artwork, only on Teespring and my Square account. Wear your style and hang amazing artwork on your walls, so stand out from the crowd and shop after this episode. Some items are limited, so don't miss out. I'll share where to find those in the links at the end of the show, so let's get it.
Minimalism, fashion, hype, and black culture.
This is the Essential.
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 The Essential Podcast with Hype.B.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Essential Podcast with Hype.B, where we learn about minimalism, fashion, hype, and culture. I'm your host, Hype.B, and today I'm going to share with you 10 ways you can simplify your life today. Number 1, remove clutter and chaos from your environment. So what that means by removing clutter and chaos, basically just try to keep a clean and simple environment. Have you ever heard the term that you are a product of your environment? So for me, I'm a strong believer that a clean, clear space brings a clear, clean mind. Less of a mess, less distractions, less time wasted looking for items that you can't find, etc. Plus, it just looks so much better just having all that clutter gone out of the way. And to me, when things look more simple, it's more chic. Things look nicer, more presentable. Me personally, I prefer a very clean, minimal, and modern aesthetic. Removing clutter does not only include your home. You can declutter your digital media. One of the things I like to do is when I have downtime is I like to go through and delete old emails, only because sometimes I'll be looking for a certain email and it's just so frustrating, like trying to find something that you need at the moment and you have to go through like a million emails. Oh my gosh, I have so many emails from Temu, Shein, Microsoft. Decluttering your schedule can also eliminate a lot of stress as well. I'll dive deeper into that as well as we go along. Sometimes, we're human. Sometimes we have a lot of things going on in life and it could be a bit much. Sometimes it's good to just take some time, just relax your mind, relax your body. Sometimes we get so into, doing things and we forget that we're putting all this stress, all this wear and tear on our body. Sometimes it's good to just take a break. Number 2, clear mental space, pray, and meditate. Now, everyone has their own way of meditation, whether it be listening to white noise, simply just taking a nap, or praying. Praying is a good one. There's just something about taking that time out to pray that you feel so alleviated from what's going on in the world. It's just nice to take the stress away from everything that you're worried about. Knowing that when you pray, knowing that God is going to answer your prayers in one way or another, it just brings a very enlightening feeling. And so prayer is a very, very good way to meditate. Some people meditate through art. Some people love painting. Some people love doing pottery, something like that. I mean, I feel like that's a way of meditating, honestly. But a lot of people are going to be different. A lot of people are going to meditate different. But meditation, prayer, and clearing your mental space is very good for you. Once you clear that mental space, you start to feel better, you start to think clear, make better decisions, you start being more creative, you start being more open-minded, all that good stuff. So clearing mental space is definitely good. You don't want to lose track of that mental clarity because that's what's going to keep you sane and going. And if you're like me and you're like an overthinker, it's really good to clear that mental space because sometimes I literally overthink myself into worry or stress, and it's a really bad habit I'm trying to get out of. And as I'm going along with this list, guys, this isn't just me trying to give advice to everyone because I'm perfect. This list is for me as well. I'm still working on a lot of things on this list. But the reason I wanted to do this podcast was to help out people who might be going through anything or trying to find a way to have clarity and simplicity in their life. And again, thanks for listening. And let's continue. All right. Number 3, limit possessions to things that are either completely irreplaceable or necessary. Now, what this means is you don't have to throw away every single thing in your home. What this means is, what do you really need? Like, wardrobe, for example. We're going to get into that as well. What do you do in your daily life? Do you work out more? Do you work more than you work out? Maybe you live on the beach. Maybe you live in the city. What does your wardrobe say about your lifestyle, and what can you put in your wardrobe and what can you take out that you do not need? For example, if I live in Miami, I'm going to have like t-shirts, shorts, maybe some light jackets. I'm not going to have like a million overcoats, a million raincoats, nothing like that. I guess the point I'm trying to make is like, what has meaning to you? What is purposeful to you? What brings you joy in your life? Those are the things you want to keep around, and get rid of the things that are just in the way. Things you don't use, things that you just have laying around because you moved it around or shifted around. You're over here tripping over it. Just stuff like that. Just stuff you absolutely do not need. Like a book that you have sitting on the shelf for like 10 years and you're like, I'm gonna read this someday. No, you're not. Just throw the book away. Speaking about myself, by the way, just get rid of those things you don't need. And if you have something that's irreplaceable, like a family heirloom or something that is important to you, take good care of it. One of the things about simplifying your life is also taking care of the things that are important to you, whether it be like a material item or whether it be like people in your life. Take care of things that you love and care about. Take care of the things that you love and care about, and you'll be all right. Number 4, be intentional about spending and stop impulse shopping. Now, I'm going to admit I'm one of the worst about this. Like, I feel like I'm a huge impulse shopper. Whenever I see something that I feel like is cool, I'm like, in my head, I need it. Thank God my wife kind of balances me out every time. I think I need something. She's like, you don't need that. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But yeah, just be more intentional. What are you buying in the store? Where did this item come from? The people who produce this item, how are the people who have them making these things, how are they treated in these factories, in these workshops? Where is it coming from? What elements of the earth did it take to make this item? Was there anyone hurt or harmed in the process of making these items? Are these items natural? Are these items lab made? One of my goals is to start thinking about things like this and start being more intentional about what I purchase. One thing I've come to realize is that we actually become part of the problem when we start purchasing items, for example, like things that were made in cheap work factories where child slavery is going on and things of that matter, just unhumane acts on the back doors that we don't see. But, we go and we support these people. We're like, oh, that looks cool. That looks that blah, 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 blah is trending, whatever. But I feel like it's time for us to start looking more on the back end and being more intentional with what we buy. Like, for example, I've recently just took a deeper dive into Black-owned products. Because I feel like as us Black people, we don't have enough products in store. If we do have a lot of products out there, we don't hear about them a lot. And I feel like it's just time for Black people to start supporting each other, support each other businesses. So I've just been trying more Black-owned items. There are these cookies called Partake, and they are the sweetest, softest cookies I've ever had. Black-owned business as well. Also, I just recently bought some hair products from this company called Bevel. Let me show you guys that. For those who can see on this podcast. I've bought some hair shampoo from this Black-owned company called Bevel. And let me tell you, I have never, ever in my life used a shampoo that has made my hair more soft and so easy to comb through. Like, when I tell you I'm not exaggerating, like, if I could have bought like 100 of these bottles, I would have. As White people, my hair gonna be nappy. I can't help it. But this Bevel, oh my God, it made my hair so easy to comb through. So I definitely recommend. I found this. They actually had it on sale at Walmart, and I went ahead and grabbed that. I don't know if it's still on the shelf or not, but a very good product. If they have a website, I'm going to look into that. I'm definitely going to have to get some more of this. Really good stuff. Moving on to number 5. Cherish experiences over material items, etc. All right, so what this means is if you have money set aside, what are your intentions to do with that money? Now, when I say material items, if you have money set aside for a home, that's great. That's for something for you to build a future on, or if you want to buy some land or something like that. So what I'm talking about is like material items, like, okay, so we have this time off on the weekend, right? This scenario, we have time off on the weekend with the family, whatever. All right, I have money saved up. This is throwaway money that I just put aside, right? Man, I've been wanting that brand new PlayStation. But there's a new theme park that just opened up, and I'm pretty sure my kid wants to go, and it'll be fun. You know, it's adult friendly as well. Very family friendly theme park. Nice theme park. It would be nice to get away for a weekend. Or do I want to stay at home and get that Xbox? That's probably going to get played maybe once or twice out of the week, sometimes even maybe once a month. Or do I want that experience to go out to this brand new theme park and have these experiences with my family? So I guess where I'm getting at with this topic, number 5, is learn to cherish those sentimental and valuable experiences in that time with the people you love. Life is short, guys. You never know what's going to happen to the people that you love. So we got to start valuing the time spent with those people rather than material items, material things. Not saying that it's bad to, take some time off to yourself every once in a while, but just make sure, if anything, you prioritize spending time with your family and friends and people who love you and important people around you. Those are going to be the experiences that are either going to boost you or give you this true joy and happiness, because you'll look back on that moment and you'll remember the good times that you had. No one wants to grow old. God forbid something happens to the people they love. It's like, yeah, I remember that time we used to play together on the Xbox. Man. Nah. So I want to get older and I want to be like, hey, you remember that time we went to California? The mountains were so beautiful. Oh my gosh, that water was so nice. Oh my gosh, the streets, the homes. I want that experience. I want to look back and say that we've done a lot together. And that's what is more meaningful to me. And I, along with a lot of other people, I feel like we should value that more. Cherish those experiences over those material items. Number 6. This kind of goes back to that book that's sitting on the shelf that you've had for so long, or that I've had on the shelf for so long. Donate belongings or repurpose items. Now, one of the biggest problems that we have in this world is just the overpopulation of trash. And a lot of that has something to do with the consumption problem that we have as people. I'm not going to say as Americans. I feel like it's a worldwide thing, but we have a problem with consumption. We have a problem with seeing things, and our minds are trained to automatically want those things. We have to get out of that habit. Like, the amount of trash we leave is horrendous. The fact that we have trash floating in space is insane to me. Like, how? Like, it's just crazy. But we gotta start, just get rid of old belongings, things that we don't use. There's a lot of other people who could use things like that. There's a lot of people who are less fortunate. Instead of throwing things away because we just treat them as if they're just complete trash. That old shirt that you have, there's someone who wished they had a shirt to put on their back. That pillow you're going to throw away, I mean, it may not be as fluffed, but, donate it to someone. Give it to a homeless person if you see a homeless person. Give it to someone who doesn't have anything in their home, maybe they're just getting by and they're starting, just be more intentional and purposeful with the things that you have and the things that you don't need or the things you want to get rid of. There are so many people who could find what you have resourceful, even though you find it old and outdated. And repurpose your items. One thing I love to do is sometimes we go to restaurants or anything, they'll give you like these nice plates or these nice cups. And instead of throwing them away because they fill up so much space and trash, what we do is we usually just wash them out really, really good, clean them out. And I've used them to just take them to work as a food container. And that stopped us from having to go to the store every time and buy these containers. And that's one of the ways, I guess, I unintentionally repurpose an item. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something that you've had. Just be more mindful of what you have around you and your resources. But if you can repurpose it, that'll definitely help a lot, not only like environmentally, but financially as well. So that's a very nice thing to do, and I would definitely practice doing that. So number 6 is a very, very, very good one. Number 7. Okay, me being a fashion major, this one speaks volumes to me on another level. Curate your wardrobe. Now, me, I love to dress simple. I love things that are different, but things that are simple. I also work more than I go out to any place. So a lot of my wardrobe is just things that I wear to work. I would say maybe a good 30 to 40% of my wardrobe is something that I, wear when I go out of town or when I'm going to the store, etc. I just try to keep it simple, but my style is more minimal, cozy. My wardrobe has a lot of black, a lot of white, a lot of beige. I have a few denim pieces. I have 1 or 2 long coats for different situations. One is more dress up when it's like really cold, and one is more casual, but I try to keep it as a whole. I've gotten rid of so many overcoats. I've gotten rid of so many blazers, pants, shorts that I just don't wear and I just don't need anymore. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Like my wardrobe, I have an obsession with the color black. And the reason for that, I feel like black is just black just gives like this very sleek, this very luxurious, this very simple, very to the point style, but you can also dress it up depending on what you're wearing. And I just love how versatile black is in your wardrobe. And my wife gets on to me about it. She tells me all the time, you need more color in your wardrobe, which I do. The only thing is about that is like whenever I start looking at color, I tend to like a lot more stuff that I see. I'm like, oh, this has color. I really like this. This too. Oh, I like that. Oh, but if I have this, I got to do that. And I kind of start going down like this rabbit hole of like these different color items. And so sticking with like neutral colors and black kind of helped me kind of like settle down. Okay, it's like, what do I really need? Like, I guess my goal with my wardrobe is to make sure this one piece that I have goes with all these other pieces. And part of that reason is for me not to waste so much time trying to figure out what I want to wear, even though I still do. But it's just less of a hassle because you can just throw something in the bag and you're like, this goes with this and I can wear this with this. Oh man, it's on point. And I would say the only thing that I have a lot of for sure is, you can see behind me, I have a lot of my sneakers. I have 14 pairs of sneakers. I would say that I am a bit of a sneaker collector. And I know that may seem like the exact opposite of what a minimalist would say. But I just feel like sneakers to me are like works of art. I feel like each one has like its own personality. But do I feel content with the amount of sneakers that I have? Yes, because right now, even though I have 14 pairs, I promise you I have rotated through my sneaker collection very well. There isn't a single pair of sneakers that I haven't worn in this collection. I just feel like they add a personality. Maybe I'm feeling like a Jordan 1 today. Maybe I'm feeling like a off-white Air Force One today. Maybe I'm feeling like an Air Max today, but I try not to overdo it. I want to stick right there. But I just enjoy sneakers. I enjoy the creativity within the sneakers. I love the story behind the sneakers. I'm just a little bit of a sneakerhead, but I would say that's pretty much the only collection that I have. Other than a couple of cards that I have from when I was a kid, but the cards that I have that I'm looking to keep are usually just autographs and jersey cards. But I'm not gonna ramble into that. But yeah, definitely love sneakers. But as far as wardrobe, I just try to keep it simple. Try to keep it very minimal. And let me tell you, minimalizing your wardrobe will actually save you money too. If you go to the wash, my wife and I were in the process of moving, so we've kind of disconnected the washer. So we've been going to the washateria. You don't realize how expensive the washateria is until you stop using your own washer and dryer. Oh my gosh. But yeah, curating your wardrobe not only could save you money, and it'll save you time as well, but I feel like it allows you to be a little more stylish. You start to look more at what you're wearing. Like me, even like, it may sound contradicting, but even though I don't care what people think, I do care about how presentable I am to the world, because you never know who's watching. I just like looking presentable. I mean, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel confident. And I don't care if people like my outfit. I love my outfit, and I love rocking my outfit, and I wear it with the best confidence because I know that it fits my style and it fits my personality. It's not for everyone. Number 8, make your personal life more of a priority when you can, and learn to say no. Now, sometimes my problem is I say yes to doing too much stuff on the side. And recently I've learned to just say, no, I'm going to be busy. Try not to pile too much stuff into your personal life. It could add a lot of stress to your life. You don't need all that. Sometimes it's good to say no. And like, if you're like me and you hate to say no because you enjoy like doing things like helping for people, or maybe, people ask you to do something that you usually do or usually enjoy doing, sometimes it's good to say no, because sometimes you just need to take that time off to yourself. And more importantly, sometimes you just have to say no and just prioritize that time to spend with those you love, which goes back to, being aware and being more intentional about your decisions. And I've heard from a lot of people who have businesses that they had to learn to say no, and sometimes it's just for personal growth, and sometimes it's just for mental clarity. But it's always good to just sometimes just say no, especially if you really don't feel like doing it. Don't feel bad, That person that's asking you to do this, they probably won't have a problem taking their personal time or saying no to you. Like, I promise you, people will understand that. You don't have to be afraid to say no all the time. Just people will understand, you're human, you have a life, you have other things, you have other priorities. So don't be afraid of that. And make your personal life more of a priority by, enjoying that time, doing something meaningful, doing something impactful, or just doing something that you truly enjoy doing in general. Number 9, eat and drink more natural. Include plant-based and vegan in your meal when you can, or if you want to. I don't know, it's up to you, your choice. But my thing is just be intentional. And I guess that's like the biggest thing from this episode, is just being intentional with our way of living. Be mindful of the things that you put in your body. Like, it's terrible how much is allowed in some of the foods that we eat. The certain amount of bugs, the certain amount of metals, certain amount of chemicals allowed, to where they say, oh, it's okay to have in your body. No, it's not. Like, stop putting stuff in your body. Start eating more natural. Start eating things that God put on this planet for us to consume. I'm trying to stay away from this this whole GMO, lab grown, none of that. I don't want none of that. I want natural fruits. I want natural veggies. And some of the things that I've had that are more natural actually taste very, very better. I promise you, you'll notice the difference. You start eating cleaner, you'll feel better, you'll have more energy, you'll be able to do more, you'll feel more motivated. Once you feel more motivated, you'll start to achieve more. It's like a pyramid that comes with eating healthy and being healthier, and that's where I'm trying to get right now. I want to start being more intentional with the things that I put in my body, because not everything is good for you. Even the plant-based stuff that you can find some places like Walmart, like even that is bad for you to a certain extent. Now, as far as like plant-based or vegan, everyone has their own opinion on this. I feel like a plant-based diet is a very good diet. Even with that though, you have to be careful, because not everything labeled as plant-based is good for you. Like Pringles can be considered vegan technically, but you eat enough of them, it's not good for you. So just be more mindful of what you put in your body, the toxins you put in your body. Along with that, just be more aware of your environment. Pollution is like such a problem already. You don't need bad things entering your body on top of that. It's sad how much plastic is actually in our body. Like how much plastic has actually gotten infused into our human bodies, and how it's actually becoming like a natural thing is actually completely sad and terrible. But just eat cleaner meals, meal prep. Do more research on where your fruits and your vegetables are coming from. Do more research on what farms they're farmed in, like what chemicals are surrounded. Are they surrounded by chemical plants? Where they're growing this stuff? Like what are they spraying these crops with? All of that. It's just good to be intentional about what's going on in your body, because once you start eating better, you'll start feeling better. Once you start feeling better, you'll start doing more. Once you start doing more, you'll start achieving more. Once you start achieving more, you'll go closer to what you want to accomplish in life. And that's what I truly believe in, and that's what I'm sticking to. Number 10, find luxury in the simplicity of people, things, and situations. What I've come to learn growing up is that not everything is going to go as planned. Things hardly ever go as planned. And it can either be in a good way or a bad way. If it doesn't go as planned, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's always a bad thing. But learn to live in the moment, learn to enjoy things. And even when things go bad, don't just take it as your life is over. Like me, like I said, I'm an overthinker. So sometimes when I feel like things don't go like the way I intended, like I get in this mindset that I'm trying to get out of, that like why do things never go my way? And I'm trying to get more in the mindset of, okay, maybe things didn't go this way because maybe it wasn't intended for that to happen. I feel like I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. So a lot of the situations that don't go my way, like I'm trying to get in the mindset of, again, maybe these things happen for a reason, but you find the silver lining of the situation. Well, I mean, yeah, things didn't go my way, but this could have happened and that would have been bad. Just look into the silver lining of situations and just try to find the simplicity or the message that maybe God is sending you behind the situations. Maybe you're not where you're at because maybe there are certain things that God put in line for you to learn before you get to that point. And I'm a big believer in that as well. If something didn't happen for me, it wasn't intended for me. And my trust is in God to guide me on where I'm going. But it's always good to find light of the situation. But I am a big believer that simplicity really is a luxury, because it's hard to live simple nowadays. And when I say simple, I mean simple as in it's hard not to be stressed out. It's hard not to be worried about what's going on in the world. It's hard to avoid situations and crazy people in this world. So whenever you can find something that's simple, take care of it. and just try to simplify your life. I'm not saying, like, when I say simplicity is a luxury, I'm not saying simplicity is Gucci, simplicity is Louis Vuitton, simplicity is that. No. Simplicity is having the people around you and being able to grow and do the things you enjoy, and being able to help others grow and doing things that make you feel fulfilled. That is luxury. Luxury to me isn't going to high-end stores. It isn't having the nicest car, the nicest house. It's just being able to live without worry, without stress, or without less worry, or without less stress, and having people around you, or having a system around you that benefits you and you're able to benefit them. You help each other to grow. You love them. They love you. You have great experiences. That is a luxury, because believe it or not, not a lot of people have that. There's probably the richest people in the world who have so many more problems than someone who makes minimum wage. And there's probably people out there who make minimum wage, just have like a simple studio apartment, and they're probably the happiest people in the world, because they may not have like the biggest, fanciest things, but they have what they need, and they're not worried and not stressed. And that's what life is about. Just living your life. Don't frown down upon yourself or look down on yourself because you don't have these things. Just think about what's more important. And I promise you, no matter what your income is, no matter what your living situation, if you have the right things around you, have the right people, you have the right mindset, God's going to take care of you and you're going to be okay. Just find luxury in the simplicity of your situations. Here's a bonus. Mind your business. I can't tell you how many situations I've gotten myself in just by minding my own business. You know, a lot of people be like, huh, you're very quiet. It's not that, like, I am a very introverted person, believe it or not. And for me, the whole way that I move in public is just minding my own business. Like, I try not to dive too deep into other people's situations, because it's not my situation. It's not for me to look into. It's not for me to talk about. I try to stray away from drama. I try to stray away from mess. It's not good at all. It's just a toxic environment, and I'm very big on filling my environment with like-minded people, kind people, genuine people, and people who just want to, you know, live happy day to day. Like, I try to stay away from all the extra. So minding your own business is a big one. And a lot of people have a problem nowadays minding their own business. And that's why a lot of situations happen and craziness happens in the world, because we just have our nose in other people's business and we don't even have our own ducks in order. And so just be mindful of other people's situations. Just be mindful of, like, the environment you're in. Just stay away from the mess. Stay away from the drama. I'll promise you, your life will be more simple, because you're gonna be on the other end thinking, I'm so glad I didn't get mixed up in that. Mind your own business. So that was 10 ways to simplify your life today, plus the bonus of minding your own business. Remember that. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out my Teespring merch, my photography prints for sale on my Square site. The links will be in the comment sections and the bios. Videos for this podcast will be on my YouTube channel, Through the Lens with HypeDubB. You can find the quick links to all of these in my Instagram bios at the official HypeDubB. That's the OFFICIALHYPEDUBB on Instagram. Go check that out in my bio. Go click the links. Go look for your artwork. Go look for any merch that you want in your home or you purposely need, but buy with intention. I'm not encouraging anybody to go buy out every single thing. Just buy something with intention. If you see something you like, I've greatly appreciated it. I've worked hard on these designs, and I hope you guys enjoy them. I worked hard on the photography. I hope you guys love the prints. Go hang them in your home. They make beautiful pieces, beautiful minimal pieces, beautiful artwork, beautiful photography. Go check it out. Thanks for listening, you guys. And remember this one thing: simplicity is a luxury. This is HypeDubB. Thank you for listening to another episode. Catch you guys on another one.